I think the 8th time is a charm. I tell you, technology works until it doesn't. I think one of the biggest lessons that I've learned today is that you can have all these incredible plans. You can try and do all these elaborate things, but it's what's in your heart and what is the message truly coming from your heart that really matters. And on October 12th, I learned a valuable lesson. I got a chance to be able to fly out to Atlanta to host a panel at the International Christian Film Festival. And with James Dixon, it was incredible. That's the reason why I didn't record the other day. And this is the episode of Inchstones, but I got a chance to be able to write this down. And it was just all about, like, first of all, did you become aware of the lesson? And then applying the lesson's a lot harder than actually learning it. So when we learn something, applying it is completely opposite from that. And I learned this huge the night before I left to Atlanta. See, I left on a red eye because my son Maddox was playing FNL football, Friday Night Lights. They play flag football, and I'm an assistant coach, and I'm on the sidelines, and the other team is bigger, stronger, faster, and they jump out to a crazy lead, and they're beating us pretty bad. And then the coach starts going for 2-point conversions. And, while they're up by like 30 points, and the end of the game comes, and, my son drops back, Maddox drops back, and he just heaves the ball. It's the last play of the game, 24 seconds left, throws the ball high, and this kid, intercepts it and runs it back for a touchdown. Now, understandable. It just happens, whatever. And so that way it puts the team up by like 36 points. Well, the other coach calls a timeout with 2 seconds left so he can run a 2-point conversion and try and score again. At this point, I lost it. I want to think that I have a good relationship with the Lord, but this is where my application did not work well. I lost my cool, and I just yelled out, "No class at all, no class." And, I was angry. And, I wanted to handle things a little bit different than the way that I should have handled things. And what I learned through it was I reacted, I snapped, and that was what was in my heart. Like I had to look inside my heart, and I had some things inside me, some anger inside me, and things like that came out based off this situation. Now I could justify myself, and I tried to for a couple hours and things like that. But at the end of the day, what it was I had learned the lesson last season because I yelled at another coach also because I was mad at the calls and all these things. But I didn't learn the lesson. I learned the lesson, but I didn't apply the lesson. And today in Proverbs 12, it just talked all about the application of the lessons that we learn as opposed to just learning the lessons. Because when we apply them, it's a lot harder, as I've found in my own life, than it is to just learn them. So, Proverbs 12 takes us right through it, and it was a call out to me today, and a call for me to come to the table and say, look, this is where I want you to be, but not only do I want you to listen to it, I want you to apply it in the coming circumstance of the coming days. I'll keep you posted because my wife said to me the other day, she's like, are we going to get kicked out of flag football forever? And I tried to justify myself again. And then I said, I'll learn someday, and hopefully I will. But that day wasn't on Friday because I lost everything, lost my cool, and and I wanted to share that with you today. But why don't we get this party started?
Nothing more on my mind. I got two shines, so every day I grind. Work in the morning, work in the evening. We's achieving, cause we believing. It's for certain, we put the work in. We ain't stopped just because it's hurting. Right before your eyes, so it's coming to no surprise. The takeover is televised. Over and over and over again. Make no mistake, we continue to win. Defeat never known, cause I will not lose. They wanna mimic my moves, but can't walk in my shoes.
There's a lesson too, because my mic wasn't on. Learning the lesson, but also applying the lesson. There's two different parts of it. I don't know if any of you guys have done this, but if you've ever learned something and then when it came time to apply it, you didn't apply it. Well, I want to applaud you and tell you good job, because that is a place where we know that you're human and we know that you're going through real circumstances in life. And I just wanted to take the time to recognize all of my people out there that have heard the lesson, have taken the class, have gone through, have passed the class, and then when you get the real-time application in the circumstances in your life, then you fail, and you fail hard. That's what happened to me last Friday. And if you go back to a couple episodes, probably quite a few episodes last season, I lost it right before summer happened, and I had to apologize too, and I had to apologize to my son. And so, in Proverbs 12, this is something that was a call out to me, and it was very simple. But I alluded earlier to being able to go to the ICFF, which is the International Christian Film Festival, and it encompasses music and everything like that. And I got to do this panel, and it was all because of James Dixon, the absolute motivator. If you guys haven't checked him out on YouTube, then you're not alive. He's got 1.5 million subscribers on YouTube, and he's just doing some amazing things. But he happens to be a really good friend of mine. And we got a chance to be able to spend some time, and it was incredible. And at the end, it was funny because I got to deliver a little bit of a message. And what I said was, because it was all, screenwriters, actors, directors, producers, all those things in the audience, I got to let them know I wanted to connect with their audience. So I said, I read an article about 3 people that got interviewed. It was Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola, and the other one was George Lucas. And they all got interviewed, and then they took the interview and they took it to Quentin Tarantino. And they said, Tarantino, what we want you to do is simplify all these 3 juggernauts, Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola, and George Lucas. They had these amazing answers to these amazing questions. And then we want you, Tarantino, in your very, very signature way, we want you to sum it all up. And that's what that's what it was. So it was this, and I shared it with the people. Just don't be stupid. And the first one, and that is mentioned, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 times. Just don't be stupid. You know what stupid is. Just don't be that. And this was advice for future filmmakers or directors or producers or anyone in the movie industry. The second one was honor your relationships. That was mentioned 2 times. Number 3 was think 10 times, pause, write it down, and then, and only then, speak. And that was mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Think 10 times, pause, write it down, and then, and only then, speak. The fourth point that they talked about was fast forward mentally and spiritually, and that was mentioned 3 times. Fast forward mentally and spiritually, meaning that if you look at your current situation, just fast forward mentally without having to make an investment monetarily, anything like that. Just fast forward mentally. What's the effects of it? Fast forward spiritually. What are the effects of it? And then act based off of that fast forward, and you see and you put the things in place, and then act after that. And that was 3 times that they mentioned that. And the 5th and final point was shut your mouth, work your land, or work hard, and stay humble. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times that was mentioned. And these were the 5 things that any filmmaker, if they followed, based off of George Lucas, Francis Ford Coppola, Steven Spielberg, all summed up by Quentin Tarantino. Just don't be stupid, honor your relationships, think 10 times, pause, write it down, and then and only then speak. Fast forward mentally and spiritually. And finally, shut your mouth, work really hard, and stay humble. Now, at the end, what was so great is I got to deliver to all of them that it actually wasn't those 3 directors summed up by Tarantino. As you know, it was Proverbs 12. And in Proverbs 12, it just gave me those things, and it was a call out to me because, literally, if I would have listen, just don't be stupid. Well, I was stupid the other night because I reacted before I sat in things. I didn't honor my relationships with my son and with the kids. I didn't think 10 times, pause, write it down, and then and only then speak. I just thought, I'm right. I need to speak now. And then I didn't fast forward mentally or spiritually, because if I would have thought about all the things that my wife was going to be mad at me for doing. And then finally, I didn't just shut my mouth and work hard. I wanted to voice my opinions. I didn't stay humble. And what I love about this is that God provides grace, though. So in all the things that we're doing, in all the challenges that we have, a lot of times what God is letting us know is that even if we are the absolute worst, we're the absolute worst in what we're doing, he still will honor his relationship with us. And he will forgive. And so as opposed to just sitting in it and saying that, obviously I have to understand that I was wrong and admit it, but then I can shake it. The reason why is because of his grace. And that's what God wants you to do today, is he's not calling you to be perfect. Thank God for that. He's calling you to be perfected through your focus on him. And he will give you the authority through his word, and then you'll have to direct people back to his light and his word, and that's where it'll be. So I learned a valuable lesson, and with those 5 points, which I thought was awesome, although it was kick in the head. So Proverbs 12 was incredible for me because it was making sure that not only did I learn the lesson, but actually that I applied it. And he'll keep giving me opportunities until what I apply is in line with the lesson that he taught me. This has been Inchstones. My name is Kelly Cardenas, and I'm officially off the hot seat. Peace, love, and soul.
Evening, we's achieving, cause we believing. It's for certain, we put the work in. We ain't stopped just because it's hurting. Right before your eyes, so it's coming to no surprise. The takeover is televised. Over and over and over again. Make no mistake, we continue to win. Defeat never known, cause I will not lose. They wanna mimic my moves, but can't walk